What if one of Arsenal FC's brightest academy prospects is quietly slipping down the ladder, for club and country, while Manchester United FC circle in the background? This is the worrying situation developing around Myles Lewis-Skelly. Over the past year, Myles Lewis-Skelly's journey has taken a complicated turn. Not long ago, he was viewed as one of the most exciting young prospects coming out of Arsenal's academy, a technically gifted, intelligent player many believed would smoothly transition into first-team football. But football development is rarely linear, and for Lewis-Skelly, the path has become increasingly uncertain. At both club and international level, he now finds himself in a difficult position. Opportunities have not arrived as quickly as expected, competition has intensified, and questions are beginning to surface about where exactly he fits, tactically and structurally, in the teams he represents. For England's youth setup, the rise of players like Lewis Hall and Nico O'Reilly has complicated the picture. Both players are currently viewed as being ahead in the selection order, particularly when it comes to versatility and physical presence in wide or defensive roles. As a result, Lewis-Skelly's hopes of being part of future major tournament squads, including potential senior recognition down the line, appear slimmer than they once did. This concern was highlighted during England U21's recent match against Andorra U21 under Lee Carsley. It was supposed to be an opportunity, a platform to show why he deserves more minutes, more trust, and more responsibility. Instead, it became a frustrating evening that reflected his current struggles. In the first half alone, Lewis-Skelly attempted just 16 passes and completed only one dribble. For a player known for comfort on the ball, spatial awareness, and progressive movement, those numbers are unusually quiet. They don't tell the full story, but they do point toward a lack of involvement and influence. But the real insight came from his positioning. Although listed as a left-back, Lewis-Skelly frequently drifted into central areas. At times, he occupied spaces typically reserved for a number 10. On other occasions, he operated alongside Jobe Bellingham in midfield zones, and sometimes even ahead of him. This wasn't a case of a fullback stepping into midfield as part of a fluid system. Instead, it looked like a natural midfielder being placed in a defensive role and instinctively moving toward where he feels most comfortable. And this is where the core issue lies. In Carsley's tactical view, Lewis-Skelly is fundamentally a midfielder. But he is being used as a left-back. Not a modern inverted fullback by design, but a player adapting himself during the game to find influence. That difference is subtle but important. It suggests that his role is not fully defined within the system, and that he is searching for ways to be relevant in matches rather than being placed in positions where he can naturally dominate. This positional confusion may also reflect what is happening at Arsenal. At Arsenal FC, pathways into the first team are extremely competitive. The tactical demands are high, and clarity of role is essential. If a player does not have a clearly defined position, breaking through becomes far more difficult. Lewis-Skelly's hybrid profile, part midfielder, part defender, may be working against him at this stage of his development. Behind the scenes, there is growing understanding that his situation at Arsenal is reaching a crossroads. And this is where the story becomes even more interesting. It is understood that Manchester United FC are considering the possibility of a move. Intermediaries have reportedly already recommended Lewis-Skelly to the club, presenting his profile as a young, technically intelligent player who might benefit from a different developmental environment. This is not yet an advanced transfer story, but it is significant interest. And in football, interest often begins quietly before becoming very real. From Manchester United's perspective, this would be a low-risk, high-potential move. A player still early in his development, with elite academy education, positional intelligence, and room to grow if placed in a system that clearly defines his role. From Lewis-Skelly's perspective, it could represent a fresh start, an opportunity to reset his trajectory before frustration turns into stagnation. Because frustration is clearly part of the story. During the Andorra U21 match, his limited involvement appeared to weigh on him. With so few chances to prove himself at international level, each match becomes crucial. Each quiet performance feels heavier than it should. The pressure to show something extraordinary in limited minutes can often lead to players forcing movements, drifting out of structure, or overthinking simple actions. Yet, there was a silver lining. The day after the game, players received detailed post-match analysis reports. These reviews reportedly highlighted tactical roles, positional discipline, and expectations within the system. For Lewis-Skelly, this may have been more valuable than the match itself. Understanding precisely how coaches view his role could help him adjust his game and make clearer decisions on the pitch. Still, learning alone may not solve the larger issue: where does he truly fit? Is he a midfielder being used out of position? Is he a modern fullback who hasn't yet mastered the role? Or is he a talented player caught between profiles at a critical stage of development? These are questions both Arsenal and the player must answer soon. Because football careers can change quickly at this age. A year without clear progression can slow momentum. 2 years can change how a player is perceived entirely. That is why the reported interest from Manchester United matters. It introduces a decision point. Stay and fight for clarity at Arsenal, or seek a new environment where his role might be more defined from day one. For now, nothing is decided. But the signs are there: limited opportunities, tactical uncertainty, rising competition, and external interest. The next few months could be decisive for Myles Lewis-Skelly's career. Not in terms of headlines, but in terms of direction. Will he redefine his role and climb back into prominence at Arsenal? Will England's youth setup begin to use him in a way that maximizes his strengths? Or will a quiet transfer reshape his path entirely? Sometimes, the most important moments in a young player's career happen away from the spotlight, in selection rooms, tactical meetings, and conversations between agents and clubs. And right now, those conversations appear to be happening. Do you think Lewis-Skelly should stay and fight for his place at Arsenal, or would a move to Manchester United be the right step for his development? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for daily football stories that go deeper than the headlines.